What I want to talk about are 7 steps to reach your goals, to plan your goals and make a game plan in order to reach those goals, because goal setting is so crucial to your success. And sometimes we have this idea of what we want, but not solid steps on how to get there. So today I want to kind of discuss how to go about that. For anyone that's watching, I do have a PDF to send to you. If you would like a copy of what I'm going to go over, just comment goals below, and I will make sure to get that over to you. So with that said, the first step in setting and reaching your goals is to review the previous goals that you've had and figure out what successes you have been able to achieve and areas in which you need to improve on. And for the Busy Moms Challenge at the beginning, before we started, you were asked to list some goals that you had for the next 5 days. So if you want to kind of look back at that and see where you're at, if you are doing the Busy Moms Challenge right now, or if you've had some goals in the past that you want to revert back to and kind of think about what those goals were and where you are now, I will say we're all human, and a lot of the times we make goals and we never reach them. They're just kind of these things that are lost in the abyss. And, before we know it, a year's gone by and we haven't gotten any closer to our goals. So take today to really utilize these steps that I'm going to go over and figure out not just what your goals are, but how you're going to get there. And if you need to ask for support from your spouse, from your best friend, from your sister, from your mom, or from a coach at Evolve, we'd be more than happy to help you get to what goals that you're trying to achieve. So like I said, step number 1 is just review your previous goals, figure out what's worked and what didn't work, and kind of game plan around there and start getting those wheels turning on things that you can do differently. Number 2 is celebrate your wins. Now, this is super, super important because all along the way of your journey, you're going to have these little wins. And if you're always focusing on the end game, the end picture, it's going to be a very unfulfilling process for you. And at Evolve, when we work with our clients, we like to celebrate every little win. And that includes what we call our non-scale victories, because those to us are so much more powerful than a number on the scale. So when you look at what your previous goals were and what your new goals are, you want to make sure that you're celebrating those little goals that you're achieving that are getting you closer to your new goals. Okay, number 3, we are going to mind map. So mind map is essentially reviewing your progress and narrowing down what your long and short-term goals are. So as you go further into your journey, your goals might change, or you may get a little more clear on them, just based on things that you're doing to get to your goals. Maybe they're not as fulfilling as you thought they were, or maybe it doesn't quite work with the lifestyle that you want to create. And all of that is super important to reflect on and make changes to. And it's okay to pivot. Pivot was my word of the year, and it has served me very well. And I think a lot of people can utilize it in their own health and fitness journey, but don't be afraid to pivot if things aren't going as planned, or, life events happened and your goals have changed. It's totally okay. So we want to make sure that we're mapping out what that looks like at different periods throughout the process. Number 4 is breaking down your goals. So once you have your goals set, we want to kind of reverse engineer it. So I like to make goals in 12-month, 6-month, and 3-month period, and then 3-month periods, and then identify what the steps are for me to get to that 3-month goal. Now, of course, the bigger picture is 12 months, 5 years, 10 years. When I'm old and gray and wrinkly, I want to make sure that I'm still healthy and can move my body. But what's more important is, what am I doing right now to get to that spot? Not what would be a good word to use? I need something that's more concrete in order to take action today that's going to benefit me for my long-term goal. So you want to think big picture, but then really get it narrowed down to, what can I do today that's going to help me for tomorrow? And then tomorrow is going to help me for the rest of my life, if that makes a little more sense for you. Okay, let's talk about the next 90 days. In a 3-month period, there's so much that we can accomplish. When we work with our clients, we usually work with clients in 6-month increments, but we like to break it down into 2 12-week blocks, because there is so much power in 90 days. And like I said, it's so good to go back to your mind map and think about, okay, the first 90 days, once I created my goals, where am I at now? What have I progressed in? What have I achieved? And are my 90-day goals still the goals that I want to accomplish? And if yes, great. Like, let's make a plan and keep on the path that we're on if things are going good. If you have the same goals, but things aren't going as planned, let's figure out what steps we need to take to still achieve that goal in that time period that we have set, or maybe extend that time period out a little bit. But if those goals aren't the same, now's the time to do that. So that's why we like to break this down into two different blocks. So over the next 90 days, what we want to do is define the tasks and sub goals that you're going to need to reach the goal in that 90-day block. This can be very, very, very overwhelming for a lot of people. And as human beings, we don't like to be patient. We want to shorten that time frame all the time. So it's like, well, why wait 90 days? I'll just do it in, 3 weeks. And then you get caught up in these fad diet trends, these crazy workout programs. And that is just not something that is sustainable. It's not enjoyable. And you're going to run your body and your mind into the ground. So like I said, go back to that support system, whether it's a coach from Evolve or, a friend, just someone that you can bounce these ideas off of and get a different perspective. So that would be my suggestion when you think about what tasks and sub goals you're wanting, and make sure that it fits what lifestyle that you want to live. Now, don't get too comfortable in where you're at. If you feel like, you have a good lifestyle, if it's not serving you from a health and fitness standpoint, you're selling yourself short in your long-term longevity and health. Like if you're young right now and you feel good and your body feels good, but you're not really necessarily taking care of yourself, it will come back to bite you in the butt. And I know that sounds a little dramatic, but it is true. So take care of your body now for the body that you want in the future. The 6th step in the 7-step process is checking in. So once you have those tasks and sub goals planned out for the next 90 days, you're going to want to do daily and weekly check-ins to figure out if you are on plan to reach that goal in the 90 days based on the tasks that you have set. Now with our clients, we make it really easy because we have everything done inside of the app for them. So all they have to do is mark off the things that they've done. If they haven't done them at their weekly check-ins, we kind of discuss, is there things that we need to adjust to make it a little more manageable and obtainable? Is there different resources or tools that we can help coach them on to help them reach those goals and be more successful in their 90-day journey? It's so helpful to have someone, like I said, to discuss things with and help you game plan. But if you are on the journey solo, that is okay too. Just make sure that you are scheduling your own check-ins with yourself daily and weekly to figure out what tweaks you have to make to your program or pivot a little bit in order to get to your goals. And then number 7, what I want to talk about is planning everything out in 2-week blocks. And I know we talked about 90 days planning your goals, but breaking those 90 days down into 2-week blocks is going to be very beneficial, because now you get to really put into detail what exactly you're going to do every day for the next 2 weeks. That includes your workouts, that includes grocery shopping, that includes time with your family, that includes solo time for yourself, any different appointments or things that come up. There's some things that come up out of nowhere, but typically, the next 2 weeks, we have somewhat of an idea of what our life looks like, and we can do the ignorance is bliss and just kind of go with the flow as it comes, or we can be more proactive and plan our days and our weeks out ahead of time. And I promise you're going to be so much more successful. You're going to feel less stressed knowing what's coming next and what you should be doing. And that productivity and game plan is only going to set yourself up for success, both on an emotional level and a physical level. And then from there, we're just going to keep repeating the process. So we can go back to the top. And like I said, I have a little handout that I would love to send to anyone that would like it, so they can get a visual of what I'm talking about. So just comment goal below and I can send that to you. For whatever reason, Facebook doesn't like to let you add PDFs to comments. Otherwise, I would just throw it in there. So all you have to do is, like I said, just comment or message me and I can send it over to you. And I can send it out through email too, but let's just do commenting and I'll send it to you directly. So like I said, we'll just go back to the beginning. You're going to review what worked for the previous 3 months and just go through all of these 7 steps again. I know I was kind of a little bit all over the place with this, but there's just so much that I just get excited talking about these kind of things. And I love having this community and being able to show up for you guys and giving you things that I've learned and hearing things that you've done and that's helped you, and share that with the rest of the community. So I just want to say that I'm so grateful for you being here and being a part of Evolve and the community that we're building, and the other 2 coaches that are on the team. Thank you guys for sharing your experience and your passion as health and wellness coaches. So I'll leave it here for the day. I hope this was helpful. And again, comment goal below and I'll be happy to send this over to you guys. All right. It is Thursday. I am signing off. I am actually driving back from a trip from Banff, which was probably the best trip I've ever taken. And it was a solo trip, just me and my dog. And it couldn't have went any more smoothly. You know, I spent 2 full days here. And if I were to come back for 2 days, I think I would do exactly what I did. Anywho, yeah, I'm just feeling a lot of gratitude and reflection today. And I'm excited to make my own goals for the rest of this year and into 2024. I can't believe it's only 2 months away. That is insane. But okay, I can ramble all day. So we will just end it here. Bye, guys. Talk to you later.